Welcome back to the show, The Basic as Cooking Show. Today I'm going to show you something very simple that I'm going to just have for lunch. And this is one of those like I'm tired and everything sucks kind of meals that you just need to kind of get in the refrigerator. So, I'm sorry, into your belly. So from my refrigerator though, I have some giant colossal, not giant, y'all. Colossal easy peel white shrimp. And I have 4 left. I need to use them today before they start stanking up my refrigerator. For the, they're basically going to be like some basic little like shrimp tacos. So I have this organic blue corn tortillas. You just use whatever you have. It does not matter. I picked these because they were on sale. Even though they're blue, they were still on sale. So there you go. I have some Duke's mayo. I have a little bit of sour cream. And I have half of an avocado that I also need to use up. And then in here I have some cilantro and some green onion. I'm going to use a little bit of the cilantro. You can see it's starting to wilt a little bit. This is kind of like a clean out the refrigerator kind of thing. I have some raw garlic, and I also have some onion powder and some garlic powder. I'm going to add a little bit of smoked paprika as well, some salt. This is pepper, and then some olive oil. And if I forgot something, I will put it on the screen right now, but hopefully I did not. I am also going to use my little KitchenAid mini chopper thing that I will link down below. And then I just have a knife and a cutting board and this little small dish. So to start, I have already put my oven on 350. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with the shrimp because this will come together pretty quickly. You can also cook the shrimp on the stove if you would like to. I am going to just bake it to make it a little bit harder to overcook the shrimp. Sometimes I get a little bit overly zealous and I accidentally overcook the shrimp when it's on the stovetop, but I am better about it when I cook them in the oven. So that's what I'm going to do. So you can see these shrimp are, they have the shells on, but they've already been deveined mostly. But this one of them had a little something that I need to wash off. So I'm going to do that. For your shrimp shells, if you make like jambalaya or other things that require some kind of like fish stock, you can save these in the freezer, and when you have enough you can make fish stock, so that's a little bit less waste. So do whatever you need to do, and I am going to rinse off my shrimp. So now that my shrimp are a little bit more clean, I'm just going to cut them up. My goal is to have roughly maybe 3 tacos. So I'm just going to cut these pieces of shrimp because this is so big. These are literally colossal. I am going to cut these up a little bit. So I'm just cutting them into small pieces. Who out there needs to have their knives sharpened? I will raise my hand first. This poor knife has not been sharpened in probably over a year. All right, so now I am just going to put my shrimp into the baking dish, into like 1 layer. And you can use your hands, but I'm tired of touching raw shrimp now, so I'm going to use my little tongs to mix these up a little bit. I probably will still go back to using my hands. So I'm just going to season with salt and pepper. And then, oh, this pepper always smells so good. So now I have a little bit of, what is this, the onion powder. And you just season it as much as you want, however you want. Keep in mind, though, that we are adding a little bit of sauce on top. So this is the garlic powder, and then this is smoked paprika. Just a little bit to make it kind of pretty, honestly. And then we have olive oil. And immediately I'm changing my mind and I'm just going to do this. Immediately. Mind changed. Okay, so these little pieces of shrimp are so small that basically they will be done roughly not much longer than after your sauce is done. So let me put this in the oven at 350, I think like maybe 8 to 10 minutes. So as my shrimp are cooking, I'm gonna build my little sauce. I've put 10 minutes on the timer for the shrimp. So I'm gonna work somewhat quickly to get the sauce built. So my idea is to have a sauce that's a little bit like pourable, not too like thick. So let's get this assembled, and we're gonna start with like a liquid at the bottom. So I'm gonna add a little bit of mayo, and I just wanna make enough of this to eat today. I don't really want enough like to where I have leftovers. So that is about 1.5 tablespoons of mayo. And then we have our sour cream here. So for the sour cream, I'm going to add a heaping tablespoon. And to make it the consistency I want, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Just a little bit, and then I'll come back and add more as necessary. Now I'm going to add some garlic. You can add garlic powder, garlic salt. I am not a vampire, so I love a little bit of raw garlic. Don't judge me, or do. That's on you, boo. So I'm going to add basically like 2 cloves of garlic. This little bitty one is so small, but I'm going to add it anyway. All right, and then the third, ooh, resistant. That's the third piece. Okay. I would say probably don't add like a ton of raw garlic, since it's going to be like raw in this sauce, but you do you. Do what you like. Oh, my avocado. So I'm going to take my half of an avocado and just take out the pit, and I'm going to add that as well. It's pretty ripe, so I'm not going to chop it up anymore. And then I'm going to add a little bit of, oh, look at that. It kind of fell apart for me. I'm going to add a little bit of cilantro. I'm going to wash it off. And I'm going to chop just a little bit because the stems can be a little bit rough on the cilantro. So if you don't like cilantro, add basil. I think this would be really great with basil. I know a lot of people don't rock with cilantro, so no worries, do some basil. Okay, so now all we need is a little bit of seasoning. So I'm going to add just a pinch of salt, and then you can add more if you like. And then I'm going to add a little bit of pepper and see how it goes. So I have all of my stuff in here in my little mini chop thing. And let me see how it goes. All right, so this is what we have using the amounts that I told you about. It smells great, but it is more thick than I want it to be. This avocado is everywhere. So I'm gonna add probably like a teaspoon more water, and then I'm gonna taste it. It's still so thick. It's like I didn't add any water at all. Okay. Let me add a little bit more. It's like another 2 teaspoons. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right. So this is the consistency that I have now. It's still a little bit thick actually, but let me taste it. Okay. So I think that that's pretty good. I am going to just leave it at this consistency. So this actually made more than enough for today. So let's get it into a bowl. It is very tasty. Very, very, very tasty. So I think that this is enough for, you know, if you are serving 2 people, this is maybe enough for 2 meals. I guess it depends on how saucy you like things. I've made something like this before, and it was also really good on a turkey sandwich with the, oh yeah, this is like way more than enough for 2 servings. But yeah, if you have like a nice sandwich, or even if you are vegetarian and you want like a nice, very simple, easy, basic, cheap even sauce to put on your like roasted eggplant sandwich or something, this is very, very good. Vegetarian, not vegan, because this had dairy in it. So, all right. So yeah, that made way more than I thought it would, but that's okay. And of course I chose the bowl that does not have its own perfect little top. So I'm going to put it under cling film for a few moments, and I'll be right back. Here's our shrimp after 10 minutes. They are opaque and cooked through. Now I am going to put the tortillas into the oven for just a few minutes. I'm just going to put these into the oven for about 3 minutes on 350. So like while the shrimp is cooling down a little bit, I'm just going to pop these into the oven. Don't walk away from these because they will get too warm. So I have 3. While the tortillas are warming up, I have literally just seconds to cut my apple. This will be my dessert. There we go. So dessert today is going to be this giant apple and some peanut butter. So now ready to build my plate. I don't have a taco shaper, so I'm just going to like do my best. So I'm going to put my little pieces of shrimp. And this tortilla is warm, but it's not like searing my hand, of course, as you can see. Then I'm going to take my little sauce and dab it across. I suppose you can also do this too. It's probably better. If you're like me and you have an urge to count exactly the right number. I also want these to stand up, but I know they won't. Here we go. If you have the urge to count exactly into thirds as best you could. With the shrimp, with divvying up the shrimp, you can also do that. I'm trying to be a little bit spontaneous. All right, let's see. Okay. I feel like this one has more than that one. It's just in me. I love equality. Okay. So there we go. So I have my 3 tacos. All right, here we go. So we have our 3 tacos here. And I just looked at the camera. So this video will be a little shorter because I'll cut out a few seconds. But altogether, this took 23 minutes. You have 23 minutes to make yourself a little lunch. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. And I also have my apple over here like I mentioned before. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll subscribe to the Basic Ass Cooking channel. There are more videos where this came from, all right? Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Like it so more people learn how to do basic stuff in the kitchen. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.